Well, you know, we opened up strong and we relaxed. It's just a game of runs, and we've got to be a little bit more disciplined and focused in terms of not letting our opponents come back from large deficits. And that was my basis of my talk after the game. Fellas, we got to grow up. We can't be complacent. When you think you have somebody down 18 or 20, I think our largest lead was 23, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 65-42.
Yeah.
And, some of my assistants said they thought the players were tired. I put in 2 or 3 starters, and next thing I know, we're only up 15. So, I saw some good things and I saw some negative things out there. And I guess that's what these exhibition games are for. We have quite a few new guys out there, but like I told my returning players, I'm as concerned about you as I am about them, because we had a lot of leads last year that we let get away from us, and that's a sign of undiscipline, of maybe immaturity in terms of celebrating a little bit too early, relaxing a little bit too early. We've got to understand that when somebody puts in 8 hours, they don't start slacking off at 3 o'clock. They wait till 5 before they get out of that mindset. And so I felt like that was a good team we played out there for a Division II team. But I felt like we had them really down and we let them come back, and that was disappointing to me. On the flip side, some new guys really contributed. Ethan Montavo helped us out a little bit with some shooting from the 3-point line, and Jamarcus Weatherspoon, and even Cameron Naylor, I thought all did pretty good jobs. Imani Gant, if he can go 7 or 8 and get me 16 points and 7 rebounds a game, I'll be very happy. I would be very happy. Maybe I'd like for him to up it to 8 or 9, but Wes Davis did not play as good as I want him to play on the defensive side, and I have no problem with him on the offensive end. But on the defensive end, I thought DJ Brown ran our team pretty good, and this is something that I want to address. In fairness to Phil Hawkins last year, Phil is not a real point guard. He's a 2 guard that we asked to play the point. At times he got frustrated, but we said we need you to do that. I think now we have 2 true point guards, rather than, last year point guard play was a weakness of ours. And that is not saying anything negative about Phil Hawkins. We asked him to do something that he probably was not, that's not the role he should be playing. But we were weak at that area, and we asked him to do it. I think we're stronger there. I don't know if we're as strong as we need to be, but we are stronger. So can I answer any questions for anybody?
You talked about DJ and what he's being asked to do. What impressed you about it? It seemed like you filled up the stat sheet, played a solid defense for you guys tonight.
DJ Brown?
DJ Brown.
Yeah,
yes.
well, he played solid. He's not a great defender. He uses his head. He's a smart kid. He's working on his master's degree. And, he's already, I think he's got 6 hours or 9 hours out of the way, and he's working, I think he's taking 9 right now. So, he's a smart player that, he just uses his head to succeed, rather than, he's not the quickest guy in the world or fastest in the world, but he loves the game, and he knows how to play the game better than most of the young men I've had. So we need his leadership, and we need his ability to quarterback the team, if I can put it that way.
And is his experience a big benefit too, with him? This being his 4th year, he's
Right.
very comfortable with what he's.
And that's asking a lot of a young man. He comes from San Jose State, where they got a new coach, and he brought his new crew in, brought his own guys in, and he felt like he and according to DJ, he and a couple of others are being pushed out, or dephased out. And phased out of the system. So he just did not want to go back and play underneath that kind of, without the lack of confidence from his new coach. His new coach recruited a freshman, and he wanted to develop that freshman. And as a result, he He just said, I love the game. I got 1 year left. I graduated, but I can get my master's, and I'm looking for a place that could use me. And, he's fell in love with this place, which is easy to do. And, he's right now he's in a good place. And I hope he continues to just give me what he did today. I would like to see no turnovers, but maybe a few more assists. Now, I don't know if you realize that they were playing a very sagging man-to-man defense, no pressure. I call it soft man. And, it was, even though we got some good shots, I mean, it was hard to drive in there because they really, dropped in and said, shoot the threes, And we did not do a good job of shooting a three. 7 for 21 is not what I want to shoot. So if you take out Ethan Matavo, I'm hoping Vic Bermudez had a great 3-point shooting career in junior college, but he needs to get it going. That's why we took him.
I know it's a little early, or it is very early to
Yes.
kind of make assumptions about the rest of the season, but looking at how they performed tonight, what can you say about, your competitors for the rest of the season?
Well, I think that's hard. We have to get better. There's no doubt about it. We have to get better defensively. Even though they shot only 38% from the field, and 22 or 3% from the three-point line, we have to get better defensively. Offensively, they got 11 boards, and I didn't like that. That was one stat that kind of stings me. They did have 18 turnovers, some of it due to our defense, some of it just, I guess because, like every team, sometimes you make foolish mistakes. And while we had only 10 turnovers, but that's because they played that soft man-to-man defense. So, I do think we could be a dark horse if we stay healthy, maintain good attitudes, and just improve in some areas on the defensive end and sharpen up our offensive and defensive game plan. And, we have to shoot the ball better from the three than we did this game. And we scrimmaged A&M Corpus Christi in a close scrimmage. We didn't shoot the three in that game very well either. Without Ethan Matavo's stats, it would have been a very poor three-point shooting percentage versus just a poor. So I think, I've got to convince these guys that these three-point shots are something we look for after we probe their defenses and seen if we can find better shots. They've got to buy into that. So this is not a brand new team, but it's pretty close. So, last year was a brand new team, and this year is almost. But this is these are my guys, and I take responsibility for them. And, when I recruited them, I told them, we had some issues last year. We're not going to have them this year. I don't have some handcuffs on me this year that I maybe did in the last year. And you're going to do it my way, or you're going to have to move on. I haven't been pushed too much. There's not been much pushback thus far. I think that's got to continue for us to get better.